right, we got the transmission out. We're doing a clutch job because my throwout bearing failed on me. So there's the clutch, Sachs Performance clutch right there. We'll inspect the clutch, see if it's fine. But this is the transmission right here. And this is the culprit. Check this freaking baby out. Crazy, huh? Dude, this piece of crap, dude. Look at this. So this is the slave cylinder slash throwout bearing. This thing is destroyed. Look at this. And this is what happens with these cars. This thing is the first thing usually to fail, creating a no clutch pedal issue. And then the fluid through this little tube, this is the little tube that feeds this, is supposed to be put back together like this. And when you press on the clutch pedal, this moves up and down like this, right? Because of the fluid. Well, when this thing explodes like it did, which is nuts, the brake fluid contaminates the inside of the bell housing, as you can see here. All this crap. See all this crap? Look at all this crap. And brake fluid is very contaminant, so you don't want it to get all over anything. And because it's in the bell housing, it goes everywhere, as you can see, and then it contaminates the clutch, which is why you almost always have to replace the clutch, which is $1,000 plus part for a part that's only worth $100 or less, which is crazy. So that's why I hate this design. I really hate this design. This is the thing that always fails. The throwout bearing slash slave cylinder. All right, as you can see, we got the clutch removed and the flywheel, and that is the OEM rear main seal that a lot of people say get rid of because they leak. I mean, look at this one. There are zero leaks with this one right here. This is the OEM one. Look, nothing underneath it, nothing, no leaks. A lot of people say get the IA bed one, which is a all metal one. But my thing is if you're not having any leaks, don't replace it. There's no need to replace it. It's extra money. And if you replace it and you install it wrong, you're gonna have a possible leak down the future. So if it's not leaking, don't replace it. That's my opinion on the matter of the rear main seal. There have been revisions on the rear main seal, so this is the newest revision. This one comes from Mark 7.5. So maybe the Mark 7.5s didn't have leaking issues like the early Mark 7s did, but who knows. If it's not leaking, don't replace it. Now let's come over to the actual clutch itself. So we got the flywheel here, we got the clutch disc, and we got the pressure plate. Let's start with the flywheel here. You can see this is a dual mass flywheel. There's a little bit of play in it, which is normal. This is normal play. See right there? That's normal play that comes straight from the factory with some play like that. And it's basically there because it's dual. It's two flywheels in one basically. And it's supposed to help dampen all the rattles and the sounds and everything. So it comes like that from the factory. But as you can see here, there are some hot spots, but nothing crazy to say this is completely trash. Honestly, if I didn't have the money, or if I didn't order through FCP Euro and get all my money back for all of this anyways, I could probably reuse this. I would just clean it up really nice. It looks totally reusable to me. Some of you might say, no, that's trash, blah, 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 I get a new one. But there was zero slipping on the clutch. And I had no issues with the clutch itself. It's always that dang throwout bearing slash slave cylinder that exploded, as you saw previously. So totally reusable. Here is the clutch disc. Looks totally reusable. Doesn't look bad at all. There's plenty of friction disc left on both sides here. It's this side and this side. Lots of clutch disc left on this clutch disc. Totally reusable if you wanted to reuse this. And the nice thing is it says gear side right there, so you know which side goes to which. Now here is the pressure plate, and there's a few hot spots on here. This was brand new, brand spanking new when I installed all this. That was not brand spanking new, and that was not brand spanking new, but that was brand spanking new. And yeah, a little bit of hot spots, but nothing crazy to say it's not usable again. So I would totally reuse this again, you know, if I had to. Like I said, if I didn't have the money, for my instance, I bought everything from FCP Euros, so I'm just gonna return all this stuff, get my money back, and yeah, I'll have a brand new clutch in the car, which is gonna be the same exact stuff as this stuff. But yeah, totally reusable. Everything looks pretty decent. The only thing that I would say is kind of fishy is just having all of that brake fluid sitting in the bell housing for that long of a period of time. It's been probably 2 months now or so, 2 to 3 months, maybe around there. Yeah, there's been clutch fluid sitting in the bell housing this whole time, and I'm just not, you know, brake fluid is not great, so it can break things down pretty fast. And so due to that, that's the biggest reason why I'm choosing to replace all of this stuff. It's just best to get a new clutch. That's why I always recommend get your stuff on FCP Euro, especially like big item stuff like clutches or anything like that, even fluid, because you just pay for the shipping back, you get your money back, store credit, and then you can reuse that money to buy more parts of the same part if you want to, or other parts if you need them, because you got that store credit with them. It's not the clutches that fail on this car. The clutches are actually pretty good. It's those dang Throwout bearing / slave cylinders that are just piles of junk, as you saw earlier in this video. Let's show you once again. Got the transmission over here, and that's all the pieces. Look at this. Piece, another piece here, and that's not even including all these other hard plastic shavings that I found when I took the starter out, because obviously this thing was destroyed. I mean, look at this thing, bro. It's just trash, dude. It's such a crappy design. I hate this freaking design. But we got everything going. That's clean. We're about to put the new clutch in, so let's go ahead and do that. Clutch is in. Pressure plate, disc, and flywheel are all in. Dang, that looks clean. And as you can see, we got the little tool here. Slides in and out. This is exactly what you want to see. See that? Goes right in and right out all the way. If this is not aligned properly when you put a clutch in, see how easy that is? Goes right in and out. If that's not aligned properly, then make sure you redo it, because if that's not aligned properly, then your output shaft of your transmission is not going to go in properly, and it's going to be all jacked up. So you need that little tool when you do this job. Got the GTI's clutch completed. It feels so good. We just took it for a test drive. Everything is going super smooth. I probably need a little bit of adjustment on the short shifter itself, but other than that, 0 leaks. Everything bolted up fine. We were able to torque every bolt to its manufacturer spec. Everything lined up. Everything's good. As you can see, it's lowered And it's looking really dirty right now because I haven't washed it in a long time. But I'm excited. That was a job. It's also 108 degrees out here in Arizona. So between 108 degrees and putting all that work together, it's just, I am so beat. It's 5:55 in the afternoon right now, and we haven't really eaten anything. We're about to go get something to eat. But I'm super stoked. The clutch pedal feels really nice, and I'll do an update on the clutch pedal. But I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of the process of installing a transmission into the Mark 7 GTI. This also applies to the Mark 7.5, probably Mark 8s and Mark 8.5. Actually, the Mark 8.5 doesn't come in manual, so you won't have to do this. But the Mark 8s do, Mark 7.5s, Mark 7s, probably Mark 6s, and maybe even some S3s and stuff like that with the Audis, because they have the same motor, they have the same trans if you got a 6-speed manual. So super stoked. Hey guys, driving the car right now. I just want to say that the clutch feels so good. It is really close to OEM feel, but in a good way. Not like the spongy OEM feel where you don't really get to feel it out and it just feels light and not that great. This clutch actually is very light. It's very easy to use on a day-to-day basis, as of right now at least, but it's probably like 10 to 15% stiffer over OEM. So it's like the perfect combination, gives a lot of feel, and I know exactly where the bite point is. It's really nice. So it would be a really easy clutch to live day to day with and drive in traffic and just have as a manual car. So highly recommend it. But as far as I'm concerned right now with what the clutch feels, it actually feels a little bit better than my last Sachs Performance clutch, which is kind of crazy. You would think they would feel the same, but with all brand new components, with this, between the flywheel, the disc, the pressure plate, and the throwout bearing / slave cylinder, it's all perfect. And also all brand new brake fluid. So yeah, it's all brand new stuff, and it just feels really good. So thumbs up to this clutch. Really like it. I just need to put another 750 miles on the clutch to break it in, and then that way I can actually get on it, and I can't wait to do that. Like I said, the clutch pedal feels amazing. And yeah, it's not an easy job. It takes a lot of work. You can do it yourself, but it's a lot easier with two people. The clutch pedal on the Sachs Performance clutch with the factory Sachs dual mass flywheel and a factory, not a Sachs one, but like a factory OEM throwout bearing / slave cylinder. That's what I just installed, all brand new products. And the clutch pedal feels amazing. Probably the closest to OEM that you can possibly get as far as feel. It feels really good. I also have a clutch stop from ECS Tuning that I'm going to be putting on, but I'm so beat today that we're just done. We're gonna shower, we're gonna go eat, we're gonna go to the pool, and it's gonna be the end of the day. But yeah, I'm gonna have that clutch stop put in there after I have a little bit of feel for the clutch, and I'm putting some miles to break it in and stuff, and I get that bite point that I want, because that clutch stop is gonna prevent the throwout bearing / slave cylinder from moving too much. And when you have such a bad design on these cars, when you got an extra 1.5 to 2 inches of movement on the clutches, throwout bearing / slave cylinder, then it's going to put more wear and tear on it, and it's eventually going to probably fail, just like mine have. So anyways, I'm going to plug it up right here. Thanks for watching. I got more videos coming, and I'll give you an update on everything once that we're super tired. We're going to go eat. We're going to go shower. We're going to go to the pool. We're going to have some fun today because we just finished this up. All right, guys, until the next video. Peace.